Okay. Well, I'm pointed toward you, sort of. Let me go. I'm pointed toward the Bay Area here. So this should get you a little stronger. Good evening, Tom. And in just a minute, Bill, what we probably want to do is give a couple of calls for W6QUI just to see if he's there by chance. He doesn't usually get here on Thursdays, but we should give him a try. He was not there yesterday, and to my knowledge, he hasn't checked in now for a week or two. So we're getting a little concerned about Ron down there. Anyway, Tom, good evening. Good signal. KW6S, K6MYC. What's happening with you over there today? Anything?
Oh, not too much. It was a beautiful day, a little on the chilly if you got out in a slight breeze. But otherwise, I just worked on rebuilding traps for our couple of antenna projects here.
Okay. Very good. Well, we got some things done here. Some things we didn't get done. Well, we got through a pretty good-sized pile of mail. Got that taken care of, and we repaired the door. All of a sudden, the back door to the garage wouldn't open. We couldn't make the latch or the doorknob turn the latch far enough to get the door open. So at the end of the day, I took the screws and took the door handle off, and we managed to repair it, but we don't know what we did. I just took it apart. I lubed it. It seemed to work when we worked it manually on both sides and put it back together, and it's working now. But it's not perfect, but it's working. So what I did today to fix it, I don't know. We also got the lawns mowed, and we must have done something else. Kind of a lazy day on and off. Anyway, good to hear you, and you're sounding good. I guess we should check for Lee, although he said he probably would not be here. He didn't think he'd have anything changed from the other situation that he was in last week, but he did manage to hear the 2-meter beacon, so I said, well, at least you know where to point now for sure, because it's in the same location. So you might want to take a check and see if you can hear Lee over there. KW6S in a group, K6MYC.
Very good. Yeah, I need the information on the beacon. I made a note here to check.
KE6VON 1040.
Didn't even turn the radios on until about 7 o'clock. Anyway, KB6LEE, KB6LE.
I hear you, Adam. Stand by.
KM6SRR.
Nothing heard, Mike. I heard a little something, but it didn't sound like Lee.
Well, we had 2 check-ins while you were listening, so it might have been KE6VON, Adam, 1090, or it could have been Rob who checked in. Rob, I'm pointed over toward Tom at the moment, KW6S. So we have now 432 in here, KM6SRR. So, okay, no Lee, no problem. We thought he said he probably would not be here. The beacon frequency, again, it's on 275 on all bands. So just go up to 275, 432, 275, 144, 275, I guess, 222, 275. I don't think 222 is on the air, nor is 1296. So those 2 bands may be on there shortly. We hope to be picking up some equipment tomorrow from Robert, KR70, I think. Frank's going to be over there doing some work for Robert, and some of that's going to be traded for some of these pieces that we need for the beacons on the other frequency. But the 432 beacon is 432 275, Tom, over.
Yeah, I'll be sure and check that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I made a note to be sure and check it today, and the radios never got turned on. But I will give a try on it sometime tomorrow. Yeah, I wanted to tell you, down at Visalia met KC5DTU, and yeah, he's kind of a kick. I really enjoyed the short time I got to talk to him there, and he had a friend with him. I don't remember the name. I don't remember him even giving a call, so I don't know if he has a license or not. But yeah, he seemed like a guy that you could enjoy spending some time with. K6MYC, KW6S.
Oh yeah, no, Kerry's a very sharp cat. He was an officer in the what they used to be called the Border Patrol, which is now DHS. But he was an officer and had charge of some borders. I think one of the borders was the Washington border up above Seattle, up in Washington State. So he had the Canadian border for a while, and I think he also had some functions on the southern border. And before that, of course, 15 or 20 years in the service. For the first 15 years of service, he likes to joke about they thought he was white, and of course he's not quite white, as you probably noticed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they probably just saw his name on paper. Yeah, no, he just seemed like a real interesting guy. I got to talk to him just for a little bit when I was talking to Ken out in the sitting at some tables over there in the middle of the lobby.
Yeah, no, you'll find him very interested and very tuned in to what's going on, if not more than tuned in. Usually hears about stuff that's going on many times much before we hear anything about it. Sometimes we never hear that it happened, but things all of a sudden appear to be different. And we didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that was coming. All kinds of things. So Kerry's really tuned in. And a good guy. Really a good spirit. We hope he can get up here. I was thinking he would be up here this week sometime, but so far no luck. Anyway, maybe he'll get up here tomorrow. I think we'll let it go. Let's see. I guess you didn't hear. You may not have even tried. I did turn the radios on and I monitored lightly, 6 meters all day. Didn't hear a thing. Never saw any FT8. Never saw anything. Considering the SFI was 217, I thought we'd see something, but I never even saw an FT8 signal. I either missed them or I was pointed in the wrong direction or something. I see Matt just walked in, so we were concerned that he was a little bit late tonight. I haven't had dinner yet, not that that matters, but we were concerned that he got tangled up somewhere. Anyway. That's the deal. Let me shoot it back to you. And let me see. Is there anybody else that wants to say hello to Tom over there? Go ahead now. K6MYC. How about you, Bill?
Yeah, Roger. KW6S, KW6S, AA6S. I don't know what happened, but I tried to find him. I searched that place over, went back, and ended up having lunch with Ken and Robert there. So I don't know what was going on. KW6S, AA6S, over.
AA6S, KW6S. Yeah, that's, yeah, Ken said he knew where I was, and when he went back, the whole room was empty. But I think that was while I was on my way back over to check at the booth. So I think I should have probably just stayed put. But, and then I didn't realize I had Ken's phone number on my phone, or we could have wandered around looking at various restaurants, and finally ended up having lunch and going back. Yeah, sorry to miss you, and hope we'll get together one of these other times. A6S, KW6S.
Yeah, Roger, Tom. I can tell you moved your antenna. You're super strong. Well, I really missed missing you. Anyway, we'll make it happen sometime. Hope I live long enough. KW6S, AA6S, the way a few people there, I don't know if they're going to have one next year, but that's just me. KW6S, AA6S.
Well, they did announce the dates, I think the 10th through the 13th next year. My guess is they're going to try it. The Northern California will try it 1 year and one more year and see
Thank you there, K6MYC. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, very good, Bill. Anybody else for Tom before we go to the Bay Area? Okay, pretty quiet here.
KM6SR. Did you have anybody in here before Tom, I guess? I know I got Bill. Anybody else? Over.
W6PBS, KW6S.
KW6S, W6PBS. Oh, solid S9 signal tonight, Tom. Over.
Yeah, and about the same for you here. Yeah, doing really good. So hopefully it'll keep up here. And I was trying to remember to tell Mike that SFI is up to 227 today. So we're still on the rise. W6 PBS, KW6S.
All right, Tom, have a good evening. W6PBS, back to net.
Okay. Good evening, Frank. To answer your question, Rob, we have Aaron. We have Bill, AA6S. We have WB6ISO, Dennis, 86. We have KE6BON, who we haven't been able to get over to yet. He broke in. So KE6BON is here. Adam. We've got WA6AAJ, Mike. And I don't think I missed any. I'm kind of waiting for Kerry at KC5DTU, but I haven't heard him yet.
Okay, thank you. KM6SR, standing by.
Yeah, I think that's it. You got Frank, of course. Okay, so let me go into the Bay Area and see who we do have up that way. I thought we'd have Fred in here yelling at me already because I'm close to him, but let's see what happens. How about it, Fred? KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo, K6MYC.
Good evening, Mike. I think my beam is not on you right now, and I'm not sure why. I looked out the window and it's not pointing in the right direction. You hear me okay?
Yeah, good copy. No problem. And I could probably even get a little more if I tweak on you, but plenty of signal over.
Okay, yeah, I heard Bill AA6S. I heard him here, and I heard a little bit of fun. Yeah, the beam is I think the wind moved it around last time, but I've got to go up there and move it to the right direction again. I think it's pointed too far down south. If that helps me.
Okay, well, a little bit fading. You're probably not on me because you have a lot more fade on your signal than normal. You took kind of a dive there, but all okay, I think, for the most part here. I think you said you heard KW6S and so on. And he just mentioned the SFI is, what did you say, 227, Tom? 12 was it again? Yep, something high. It was 217 yesterday. I think it went up another 10 points or even higher today. So 6 meters could open. I just don't know why I didn't see anything today in any mode anywhere. So I'm baffled. But anyway, who knows? Well, maybe it'll happen tomorrow. With 2 or 3 days above the 200 mark, we surely should have some stuff on 6 meters here. I called CQ once on 50.110 beaming east, but I got no response, nor did I expect one. All right. Back to you, Fred, and then we'll see who else is in here from the Bay Area. KD6S OK, K6MYC.
Kilo 6 Victor Bravo Golf 971.
It pointed in the right direction. I have to go fix it, but it's too late now, since we're just doing the net, so I'll have to do it before the next net. I just know it's kind of off, so it's pointed too far down south. But you are coming up a lot better than before. K6S, okay.
Well, that's good. I don't think I moved the antenna. I think you're just seeing the band go up and down. I've gone back and forth between 282, which is a good heading for you normally, and 285, and you're a little stronger beamed to the north, but that could have been just conditions. Anyway, thank you again for checking in, Fred. Good to hear you. And we'll look for you Sunday, and I'll fall off my stool if you check in on Sunday. Hi. 86S, okay, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, that was pretty good. Well, the conditions were great last night. You were 10 over 9 very easily. You were super strong, and there was no noise here. And so I thought, I'll give it a shot and see if you hear me, and you certainly did.
Well, people were telling me that they'd never heard you so strong, so wherever you were pointed and whatever you did was getting out better than usual. Over.
Yeah, I haven't changed the direction of the beam in years, but the 432 beam, I noticed it's been shifted, so I've got to go fix that. Yeah, it was excellent conditions last night. They were fantastic.
Yeah, well, you're way up now, so maybe you tweaked it a little bit. If you can you rotate it from the shack?
Unfortunately, not this one.
Yeah, okay. Well, conditions have just popped up, and you've gotten very, very solid now, like your normal 432 signal. All right, Fred, thanks again. See ya. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Weather was really warm today and very humid. We're in the 50s, 50% humidity here or higher. So I went and mowed the lawn, but I was just pouring sweat. And my back and my shirt was wet. And so it was pretty sweaty. And, it was probably in the low 80s, I would think, when I was out there mowing the lawn. It was quite warm. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see, who else do we have in the Bay Area? This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie 432.1 Bozo Net, beaming the Bay Area. Over.
K6KLY.
K6VBG 971.
Okay, I've got you, Dave. I should have mentioned it. K6VBG locally here. Course Gold, we've got you. Hang on just a second. What I didn't do, but he may not have stuck around, was a check with KE6VON. But we did hear, let's see, who did I just hear in the Bay Area? I heard so many signals, I forgot who I heard.
Why?
I heard W6PQL. Good evening, Jim.
K6KLY.
Oh, there you go, K6KLY. Go ahead, Russ, pick it up.
Yeah, good to see you last Friday night down in Visalia. Hope you all had a good time. Nice meeting your new lady friend also, over.
Yeah, we enjoyed that. Judy had fun at the show and was quite relaxed, and it was very pleasant for her, because she was a little bit concerned that people wouldn't know who, or wouldn't give her any, that she would be not fitting in, but she did fine and enjoyed it. We left early. We did not go. Well, we didn't leave the show early, but we didn't go to the amateur radio Fresno Amateur Radio Club meeting afterwards. We were tired, and Bob, who came down from Olympia, Washington, and had been on the road and in the air for many hours, was tired also, and he was staying at my place. So we headed back home, and on the way stopped in that dinner, but we got here about 7:30. And then got up the next morning, and we drove all around the property and showed the property to Baba, and he was very pleased to see what we had here. Anyway, that's what happened, and we missed you on 222 yesterday, or Monday, I guess, in 6 meters, but good to have you in here this evening. And again, thanks for stopping by with your lady friend there. K6KLY, K6MYC.
Okay, thank you much, Mike. We went to the 6-meter dinner, and it was pretty good. We had 20-some-odd people there, and everybody had a good time at the 6-meter dinner Friday night. All right, take care. You'll catch you again, K6KLY.
Yeah, the SFI is up over 200 and 227 today?
Yeah, Roger. I haven't seen anything of importance on 6 meters. But 10 meters has been hopping real good, over.
Well, imagine 10 has just been jumping, yeah. But I'm waiting for something to happen on 6. We should have some activity. And I watched it all day, and every time I came in and looked at the spectrum, there was nothing. So who knows? Anyway, thanks, Russ. Good evening to you. Thanks for popping in. K6KLY. Let's see, did I hear you, Jim, W6PQL?
No, you hadn't heard me in there yet, but I think what you heard initially was probably Russ. But there were a lot of voices in there, so it's easy to confuse it. Good evening to you. K6MYC W6PQL.
Yeah, Roger. Good evening. Good signal. A lot better than a couple of days ago on 1296. That was funny. What an evening that was. Anyway, good deal. No problem copying here. And we had a nice day here. It was very warm today here. Very, very warm. Somebody over there said it was cooler today. I think Tom in Santa Cruz said it was cool. But not here, boy. It was warm and very humid as well. Yesterday was 55% humidity. We didn't check it today, but it wasn't far below that. Because all I had to do was think about doing some work, and I started to sweat. Anyway, thanks, Jim. You might take a standby and see if you can. Well, I'll call him, and maybe you can hear him better than I can. Let's see if Mike is in there. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. KB6 WFC K6MYC. Over.
Hey there, Mr. 775. Are you hearing Mikey?
I hear WB6JNN. I do not hear Mike. Do you hear Mike, Jim?
Yeah, he's in there. He's not hearing you either. So that's the report. Over.
Wow, that's weird. I'm pointed right at him, and I can't find a trace. And through him, a very weak WB6JNN checked in. So let me get Mike written in here. 775 and 285. Over to you, Jim. WB6JNN. Pick it up. And we'll see if you got a chance to do any flying today. K6MYC in the group, over.
5 to 7, I think. Some other tests to take care of. K6MYC, WB6J.
Okay, sorry about that. No flying today. Well, maybe over the weekend you'll get some in, and hopefully you won't make any mistakes and nothing will crash. Hi. Anyway, good to hear you, and I got a little better peak on you. Your signal came up to quite a decent Q5 there, but the band is herky-jerky with you tonight. Not real stable. On the other hand, just the opposite from 1296 the other day. Jim, PQL is solid as a rock in here with no fading, and you're wandering all over the place up and down in signal. So who can tell? Who else do we have on 432 K6MYC?
Hey, Mikey.
Who is it?
W6PQL. Just a note of interest. The news has just reported that the Israelis have attacked Iran. They're targeting the nuclear facilities, that kind of thing.
I heard the attack comment. I knew of it. What was the last comment? I missed that.
Just that they were attacking nuclear facilities in particular up there.
It was a very modest attack, apparently. Very precise, but not a huge area covered. So who knows? We'll see if anything comes of that. That's not good, but at least it wasn't meant to kill a lot of people.
No, they're targeting their biggest worry right now, but there's messaging going back and forth, so things are getting hotter.
Yes, for sure. Okay, thanks for the update. Let me see. Anybody else in the Bay Area, please? K6MYC Bozo Net.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay. Okay, two of you. I hear WA6AXX. Who was the other one?
Kilowatt 6, Whiskey India Sugar, bouncing off the Bay Area from the foothills.
Yeah, bouncing around in the foothills there. Very good, Paul. Take one and tell me if you've got any other check-ins there, and then we'll pick up Ed, WA6AXX. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, here K6MYC in the group. This is K6WIS in the foothills with some lovely warm weather, and good evening to you there, Dennis. I hear WB6ISL on size S9, and I can hear Jim in the W6PQL, and I heard K6KLY and even K6BBG, so I'm getting some good signals bouncing off the east of the mountains there. Back to you, Mike. K6MYC in the group, K6WIS, over.
Okay, very good, Paul. Thank you. That's an interesting one that you hear K6BBG because his 432 system isn't real big. He's up in the foothills in coarse gold, but doesn't have a big antenna or big power. So let me shoot it up to you, Dave. K6BBG in coarse gold. Did you hear Paul? Pointed toward the Bay Area, but he's in Placerville. K6MYC. K6BBG. Where'd you go, Dave? Okay, I don't know where Dave went. Dave's got some health issues, so sometimes he can't respond immediately. He's on oxygen, and sometimes it limits his movements. Anyway, thanks for that news. I'll pass that on to him there. Let me shoot it back over to Ed. Ed, how are you doing? And let's see, weather-wise, you probably had a nice day, but probably wasn't quite as warm as it was here, over.
Yeah, it was a nice day. So what I did today was, so we're taking care of my brother-in-law's little doggy, while my brother-in-law is traveling in China to see the pandas. We've gotten some video back from him visiting the panda reserves in China. And his little doggy, turns out, has like a massive flea infestation. So I shampooed the 3 dogs, the R2 plus this one, shampooed them with flea shampoo and bombed the house. Yeah, we went out for a few hours, bombed the house, and we're washing everything, all the linen and all that stuff in super hot water. So that's what I did today. K6MYC WA6AXX.
Oh, okay. Was this your brother or your wife's brother? Who did you say it was over in China?
Liz's brother.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't a very nice thing to do, bring over a dog that was, maybe he didn't even know it. I have 3 cats here and a stray cat also, and none of them, to my knowledge, have fleas. I don't see any itching. I don't see any evidence of it. And what I feed my cats is Purina. And I've found over the years I've had many, many cats, and I've never had my cats have fleas. So there's something in the Purina food that makes the fleas not very happy. But if you wash your dogs, there are probably hundreds of thousands of fleas in your house now that are really pissed off, Ed.
Yeah, and we have to do it 2 more times, once a week for 3 weeks. Go ahead. And you by the way, you dipped down there at the very end.
Yeah, you went right down as well. I didn't do anything here, so band is acting up.
Okay, very good. WA6AXX listing.
All righty. Well, hopefully you'll survive the fleas. They don't bother you very much unless they like your smell. They take so much vitamin D and vitamin B. D, I think, is the one that really disturbs the fleas and the ticks and the mosquitoes. They don't like it. And I very seldom ever get bit by a mosquito. And again, I don't have any fleas. And occasionally when I get a tick, they don't stay on long. I get a tick and I got a tick under my arm here. I picked up out in the field somewhere driving around, and I haven't had one for years, but I go look at it a couple of hours later, and it's pushed itself out and said, "This guy tastes terrible." Over.
Well, especially under the arms. I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in that soft flesh in your latissimus area, not exactly in my armpit, but down a ways. That's where I usually get them for some reason. It just happens to be where they brush the clothes, brush through the bushes. But we are in cattle country here, so there are ticks that are here, but very, very few. And like I say, I bet it's 10 years since I've had a tick on me, so not a big deal. Occasionally the dogs come with them, but I'm not sure. See, the dogs don't live here, so I don't think the dogs are picking them up here. They're getting them somewhere else. All righty. Well, let's see. Thanks, Ed, for your report, and we'll see you. Have a good weekend. We'll catch you on Sunday night, probably. We're all watching with interest to what happens on the Middle East thing. That's not good. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else in the Bay Area copying my signals? We haven't heard from KT2G for quite a while. How about KB6BA? How about anybody else that has 432 capability in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, nothing heard. Paul, if you're still listening to me, I didn't hear it, and I don't think you have any, but did you ever hear anybody from Clear Lake, or no check-ins from Clear Lake up there?
No relays, Mike. Negative relays. K6WIS.
Oh, boy. Band's down now. Let me move again. Let me get up more toward. Let's see if I can copy you now. Try that again.
Yeah, negative relays. No relays, Mike. This is K6WIS. Over.
QSL, no relays. Okay, yeah. The Beale Air Force Base is hitting us pretty hard tonight. And I've got radar coming in from someplace else also. It's a buzzing radar. I think that's what comes out of Vandenberg. So I think everybody's on a little bit higher alert because of the Middle East thing. Okay, thanks, Paul. I'll be over your way in a little bit, and maybe you'll still be here, and we can see how the direct path looks tonight. Let me go up to N6RO and see if I can hear him on his in his fleet whistle. He's got a little tiny lug periodic that he's using at the moment. And we can also look for K6ERF there in Martinez. Let's see. Let me get up here just a tad more. K6 Echo Romeo Fox, K6ERF, K6MYC. Russ, are you there tonight?
Hey, Mike, was that Paul 637?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I heard a voice in there, but you got covered up by Rob, who's local to me. Try it again, please. That's way too weak for Russ. So, who was the station that tried to call in, please? Go ahead, go ahead. Well, I heard a voice in there. There he is. Who is that? Anybody copy that station that's commenting on the frequency here? K6MYC Bozo Net. Yeah, you've got to give me your call more than once because you're very weak. I can piece it together. You're good enough copy. I can make it out, but I got to hear your call several times, please. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. I'm north of Fresno in Central California, DMO 7, and we're running the Bozo Net here, and I'm pretty sure you're trying to check in. But that's where I am, so if you can peek the antenna toward Fresno in Central California, that might help. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie standing by for you, over. Ed, are you hearing that station at all? I guess nobody's hearing the station that's trying to call in.
I'm not hearing it, no.
Okay. I heard him. He's come back 3 times, but that time he did not come back. So let me do this. Let me go up and get N6RO in the meantime. I did not hear K6ERF. I know his voice. I know his cadence. So that was not Russ. So Russ is busy again tonight. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar in Oakley, K6MYC Bozo Net, over.
K6MYC, N6RO. Back on the 21 element at 28 feet. I'm running up to 100 watts or so.
What happened with how come the antenna, did it come back to life on its own?
Yeah, it's slowly drying up. The SWR was 3.5, now it's just a little bit above 2.
Well, it's obviously water. I don't know where it's getting in. Obviously, you're boiling it out of there. Yeah, but it's functional, so that's good, and no problem copying. Easy copy here.
As much as the amplifier, as much as the antenna would take before the amp would fold back.
Okay, I doubled with you a little bit, but I got the idea. You've been running a little power trying to dry it out, and running as much as you can before you get and fold back in the amplifier. Okay, let's see if Rob is copying you. Rob, are you hearing Ken up there?
Yeah, I did in the beginning, but then I tried tuning him out and I lost him. Over.
Okay. How about Frank? You must be hearing him.
Oh, yeah, I hear Ken just fine. N6RO W6BBS, beautiful signal tonight. I wasn't looking at the S meter, but I can give you a report. It's probably a good solid S9 anyways, Ken, over.
Oh, yeah, Frank, you're very loud. A little bit louder than Mike, in fact. Let me do a quick switch here. This is the 21 element. Did you hear the other antenna?
I did not hear it here.
But you disappeared off the screen, and I could barely hear you on the little LPA. And on this one, I was guessing before, it's actually S7. So we got you go from S0 and barely can hear you to an S7 Q5 copy.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a longer boom, and it's about 10 feet higher than the elk.
Yeah, roger that. You want to confirm that report there, Mike?
Yeah, I could not hear the little one. Although I've got radar in here. I've got the buzzing radar, which must be coming out of Vandenberg, because I don't think we get buzzing radar out of Beale Air Force Base, and it's quite weak. But it's buzzing away in there. But it wasn't interfering with anything. I don't think it would have kept me from detecting the little antenna, but I did not detect it or hear it. Whereas the bigger one is quite reasonable. Copy, over.
Yeah. Well, speaking of antennas, Hector installed the new 6-meter beam and the stack match for 6 meters. All we got to do tomorrow is hook up a controller for the stack match.
Yeah, very good. So you can run all three together if you want, huh?
Roger, roger.
Yeah. And you saw the SFI over 227?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday anyway.
Well, it's up over 227 today, so it's still climbing.
Yeah, well, if once we get connected to the stack mash, I'll play with it tomorrow on 6.
Yeah, maybe you can make some noise and wake somebody up out there. I listened today, and every time I passed through, I didn't see anything. I was kind of looking wide enough to 500 kilohertz bandwidth, and I centered on 110, which means I should have been able to see 313 quite easily. But I did not see any activity on the band, no spikes. The only thing I saw was the beacon in Sausalito. When I was pointed up that way, it was quite strong, which is normal. But I think it was a little stronger today than normal. But other than that, nothing, nothing else. So who knows? Anyway, let's go. Have a good weekend. Any contests this weekend, or are you just resting?
We're resting, especially after a week of me sitting in my chair watching Hector work.
Okay, I think I'll double with you again. I asked you if there was any contest. No, or maybe you said no contest, and you're just going to be resting after watching Hector work. Is that what you said? Did you get the question, Ken?
Which question?
He said Roger, Roger, Mike. He copied you 100%.
I didn't hear any Rogers.
Yeah, he's coming in here fine. You just lost him a little bit.
Yeah, the band may be up and down a little bit.
Yeah, could be. I hear your Rogers. No problem. Catch up with you Sunday, of course. And I guess you're just going to coast through the weekend and maybe watch some music. You didn't have to bring it on. I'm not too far from being finished, but thank you very much. What did it fix here?
so.
Yeah, I got a lot of music to catch up on.
I know you do. I'm a little bit distracted here. Judy just brought in my dinner. And so I was just telling her I'm only about 10 minutes from finishing the net here by the looks of it, but we'll see. Okay, thanks, Ken. Good to hear you. And I guess we still don't have Steve in here. W6 Sugar Whiskey. Steve, any signals from you today?
WB6
I'm coming your way next. Here I come, Dennis. Yeah, I couldn't copy any of that. It's too barfed up with multipath. Now try it.
Yeah, if you give us a command, Bozo 86, I need checked in. We also have John here, KR6MR. John, you still there?
You're talking too fast for me. Who was the first one?
Yeah, John is in there. First of all, let me get checked in. WB6 ISO Bozo 86. Go ahead, John.
C6MYC, KR6MR, Bozo 759, over.
Okay, John. I had to come up on you. I was way short for Dennis. You and Dennis are quite a ways apart on my headings here. But good to hear you. KR6MR, K6MYC. This should be better, over.
Yeah, a little bit fluttering, but fully copyable, over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, big flutter on you, but no worries. We hear you fine.
Yeah, okay. I've got a little puppy I've got to tend to, so I'm going to jump out and let you finish the net. KR6MR 73.
Okay, 73, John, and we'll look for you on Sunday, hopefully 2 meters, and everything will be hunky-dory, so to speak. KR6MR, K6MYC. Thanks, John, and who else do we have up that way?
73, John, take care.
Let's see, I'm pointed pretty close to KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, KJ6 KFB. How about it, Darren? Boy, the radar is just hammering us here. Maybe taking them out up there. How about you, Bill? KO6KD, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard from Bill either. That's not good. Hopefully his mother's not doing too well, apparently. Anyway, is there anybody else up there in the Sacramento area? How about you, Paul? Are you copying anything here? And I can tweak on you a little bit. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC, over.
I heard more of the check-ins up this way this particular time. They're WB6 ISO.
Okay, who did you hear? I heard the word giraffe, but I know that wasn't right. So that's what the plotter is doing to your audio, over. Go ahead, Dennis. I'll just bring the antenna to a point where you're better copy. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's copy up this way, but I checked up north. I heard nothing up that way. So I heard no other check-ins locally here at the present time there, Mike.
Yeah, I haven't heard Clear Lake now for a couple of weeks. They're not checking in with you either? Is that it?
No check-ins here lately. I'll have to, next time we talk to Dave and Ken, I'll find out what's going on up that way.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, you're doing fine. Occasionally, that flutter goes away. I moved the antenna, and it got a little better. I got you pretty much optimized right now, signal strength-wise, and the flutter is minimal. But it helps if you speak very slowly. It's a funny thing about the flutter, but if you speak very rapidly, some QSBs you have to speak fast. Others, it makes it worse when you speak fast because I miss too much. In this case, the flutter speed is about such that I need the words very clearly and distinctly and separated to get perfect copy on you. I'm doing the same back to you, Dennis, in case it is helping you. Anyway, good evening and have a good weekend. WB6ISO. We should listen for Clear Lake, not Clear Lake, but Redding. Rich has 432, and we've made one contact so far, but some days I don't hear him at all. We just will try. I've got to move the antenna a little bit up higher, almost pointed where I have it optimized for John. That's the right heading. So if you want to turn around, you might give KD6 Sugar Whiskey a call and see if we can't get him in here on 432, Dennis. Over.
Yeah, I certainly will listen up that way and see what we could find up there. I never know what kind of conditions they will run across. And yes, indeed, depending upon what sometimes which antennas you're pointing, we do get the flutter. But that's all right. We just work through the flutter. No problem at all. So anyway, in case I don't get back to you, have a very, very pleasant good evening. It can mighty warm up here already, and I imagine it was well over 80 down in your neck of the woods as well today. Over.
226 is here.
226. Hello there, Mr. Ken. How are you doing?
Well, good evening, Dennis. I'm doing great. Just got home. We ran out for dinner and got back a little later than I expected. So, good evening, all. WA60IB 226.
Good evening to you. Sounding good. Nice signal likewise up here. 59 plus 20. 73. Take care. Have a pleasant good evening. WB6ISO Bozo 86.
Okay. Good evening, Ken. Good to have you in. I'm pointed up toward Redding, and I'll give a couple of calls for Redding and then anybody else in the Sacramento area. We did work Paul already on the bounce path, but haven't heard anybody else except for Dennis and John. So let's see. I'm pretty much toward Redding now. So let's see. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. KD6SW. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, K6MYC, Kilo 6 Mike Yankee Charlie calling, KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, Redding, Charlie November 80, Redding, Charlie November 80, KD6 SW, KD6SW, K6MYC, calling and standing by. Over, Rich. Hearing nothing here, Ken. How about you?
Not a thing.
Good evening, Ken. WA6OIB, KM6SRR.
Hey there, Rob. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm tired. Didn't get much sleep last night. Over.
Uh-oh. Critters keep you up?
No, just trying to get things done around here. I didn't have any clothes to wear today that were clean, so I did some laundry. Over.
What's about time?
Yeah, my was turning the other way. Over.
A good thing that the storms are coming in from the southeast.
I can always come over and visit you, Mike. Over.
No, thanks. Oh, no. You can come over, but you got to bring a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, does Judy like them too? Over.
What's that?
Does Judy like the chocolate chip cookies also?
Oh, yeah. She had one last night, as a matter of fact.
Okay, good things to know. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess we can give up on Redding, at least at the moment here. I don't hear Bill either. KO6KD. Bill, are you in there tonight? Okay, J6KFB either, which is odd. How about Paul? Anything on the direct path from you, Paul? K6 Whiskey India Sugar. How about KW6T? And 6RZJ. Okay, Okay, Blotto tonight. Let's go to Nevada and call it a night here.
KM6HK.
Hi there. Dan, KM6HK, K6MYC. How are you doing?
Doing good. I just thought I'd check in from Course Gold.
Well, very good. Sorry for the delay. I'm having a little trouble seeing the lines here on my log sheet. I didn't want to write you in on top of somebody else. You don't want to be on top of somebody else, do you?
No problem. I heard you going to Nevada, so your signal's always real strong when you're pointed that way, so I thought I'd check in.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we look right up through you in this direction, more or less. Okay. Well, I haven't heard Dane tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. He's around. I saw him walking the dog earlier, so I don't know. Maybe he's occupied doing something else.
Yeah, sometimes he just forgets or isn't watching the time. We talked last night. We were just shutting the net down. We had already closed the net and said goodbye to everybody, and all of a sudden Dane came in, so he remembered at the last minute. We'll take it.
Yeah, that sounds like Dane. He operates on his own slot.
November 7, Whiskey Tango.
There's N7WT. That's who we're looking for. Thank you, Dan, 7-3. And if you can wake up Dane, we'll take him if he comes in. N7WT, good evening, Larry. Sorry we missed you last night. We tried and tried on, well, I guess nobody there in your area at all last night. We didn't hear anybody in Nevada on 2 meters, which was really weird. Over. I didn't do very well on that transmission. Let's see if Ken was able to pick that up. I had radar that was in there pretty strong. Did you hear him, Ken?
Yeah, I heard him. You're not real loud. N7WT, WA60IB, if you can copy. Yeah, he doesn't appear to hear me, so so conditions aren't that good tonight.
No, not really in any direction were they very good. So, not bad, but not real good. But boy, can you hear the radar in there, Ken?
Oh yeah, and it's cluttering up my screen here.
Well, it's probably because of the stuff going on in the Middle East, huh?
Whatever, they seem to be quite active, though. Yeah, it might be a combination of Beal and AWACS too.
Yeah, I don't know if this is Vandenberg off the backside. I bet you it's real strong if I went over at 280. I mean 180.
Yeah, could be.
Anyway, Larry, we're struggling a little bit there. Is there anybody else on your side tonight, Larry? Do you have Daniel in there? KE7UQL, are you there, Daniel? K6MYC.
So here is 272, KE7UQL. We've got Mike and we've got Ken, over.
Yeah, there you go. Not real strong, but about Q4 at the moment. Q4, Daniel, but good to hear you. Thanks very much. Sorry we've been missing you. I guess you still do not have antennas working on the other bands there. Let's see if Ken's got you. KE7UQL with WA60IB to take it. K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, KE7UQL, WA60IB. You're about an S3, but my Q4 copy, same as Mike, over.
WA60IB, good evening, Ken. Yes, we've got you. You're not real strong, but I can understand you, over.
Yep, you came up a bit now. Yeah, a little bit warbly, but you came up to an S5, so you're getting stronger, over.
Okay, fine. We'll work at it here. Mike is asking me to put up another antenna. I've only got 2 masts working at this time, so I'll have to take something down and put 2 meters up over it.
Well, that's too bad.
Well, sometimes you got to make those sacrifices.
Okay, well, what about if I take 432 down and I'll put 2 meters up in its place over it?
Well, it's your option. Do whatever's best for you. I'd like to have you on both bands, obviously, and even with a marginal 2 meters and a marginal 432, we can always hear you. If you go real big on one band, then we're going to lose you if you don't get on the other one. I'd rather have you on both bands, even if it's weaker, Daniel, and you came way up on that last one.
Okay, Roger. So right now I've got a pair of 448Ts on one band, so I can put the 2 meter up. There's one 448T above it over.
Yeah, I missed that. I didn't get the last comment. He was fading. Did you hear it, Ken?
He faded for me too. Yeah, I got over.
Okay, well, yeah, we didn't quite get what you said, Daniel, but maybe it'll come up again here. Let me tweak on this thing. I can give you a little more signal here. Get over your way a couple more degrees here. Let's see if I can get you to be less QSB tonight. KE7UQL in the group, K6MYC. Is that better?
I still have you, Mike. Yes, I still have you. You're readable. Well, I say quite a bit because it's just the way it goes for us for the DNS stations over.
Okay, I think I'm hearing that you've got projects in the way, and that's what's causing the biggest problem. No problem. Just do what you got to do, Daniel. You're always it's always a pleasure to hear you on whatever band you can get on. So thank you. I did move a little bit, and the signal came up, but you were also fading down at the same time, so it didn't help much on the readability. Hi. KE7UQL, is it better for you now? K6MYC.
K6MYC, yes, understood. Okay, well, the band is not doing kind to me tonight, so we'll go ahead and say W6OID and KE6MYC, 7-3 for now. KB7UQL, over.
Okay, very good, Daniel. You're coming up strong again. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, hi, man. Hello again, Daniel. Yeah, he came up a bit on that one, so very good. Well, up and down, up and down. We take it as we can get it. Have a great week, rest of the week, and we'll probably see you Sunday night. KE7UQL, WA6OIB.
Thank you, Ken, WA6OIB. To you, this is KE7UQL, over.
Yep, you're S9 that time. Good solid signal. Good S9, over.
Say earlier was I put up 2 meters and I put up 448 above that, over.
Well, that should work fine.
All righty then, we'll see if we can get you on Sunday. KE7UQL.
Okay, well just make sure the dog doesn't eat your coax.
Okay. Very good, Daniel. 73, so let's see if I can get the rest of Larry. Larry was full of rapid flutter, Larry. It was very difficult. Even though your signal was quite strong, the rapid flutter made the copy quite difficult on my end, even though I got Bluetooth and everything while listening here. Moving the antenna back a little bit more toward you, Larry. Let's see if we can get a good copy on your final here. N7 Whiskey Tango, and we'll see you Sunday night, of course. K6MYC, over.
K6MYC, you finally come back where I can hear you. While you were talking to Daniel, I couldn't hear a thing. Anyway, we'll say 7-3, and I guess on Sunday.
Say we'll say 73s. I heard him continue, but I couldn't get the rest of it. He just dropped another 10 dB. Did you hear that?
Yeah, he dropped for me. I just heard a few words in that whole transmission. That was it.
Tough copy tonight, Larry. We don't. Band is not favoring you. 73s, have a good weekend, and we'll see you Sunday night. Thanks very much for being there, Larry. Okay, 73, KE7UQL, M7WT, K6MYC will be clear. Bye-bye, guys.
He's up there if you guys can copy, WA60IB.
Okay, I think we're done. I didn't get anybody out of Clear Lake, but I don't usually hear them. We could go back and yell at Clear Lake, but it's pretty late by this time. If they didn't check in with Paul or Dennis, then they're probably not there for some reason. Dennis said he was going to check into them because he hadn't talked to Dave for several days now, so maybe they've taken a hiatus or something. Anyway, I don't think there's anybody else left to pick up. I missed Russ tonight, which is 2 nights in a row, but he's got all that company in his house, and I think he's just bedraggled over. I'm talking about K6ERF.
Oh, that Russ. Okay, yeah, very good. Okay, well, I'm sorry I got in late, but Gwen wanted to go out to dinner tonight, so we found a new Japanese restaurant we stumbled on the other day, and so we went back tonight, and it was worth every bit. Boy, it was really, really good. We enjoyed it. So anyway, we got back a little late because we had dessert.
Okay, where's the restaurant?
Well, it's Champlain and Perrin, right behind the restaurant called Five, and it's right next door to the UPS store there. We went to the UPS store the other day to pick up something and spotted it. It's fairly new and never saw it before, and it's called Namikaze, 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 like kamikaze, only with an N.
Okay, I still don't have them pinpointed, though, because the names of the other restaurants, I don't know where they are either. So, what street?
Champlain and Perrin. It's across the street from the big Save Mart there. And let's see what else is in there. There's CVS. Anyway, it's across the street from those. It's Sequoia Brewing Company is in there. I think you've been there.
There's a library over there also.
Fort Park Library.
Well, I'm trying to go to commercial places and tell him about that. He doesn't go to libraries, so that's not going to help.
No, I know. It's just, one of my buildings is right across the street.
Well, anyway, it's a good restaurant. I mean, really nice. They have a patio, a small patio, but they have a patio and they have very good seating and nice folks too. Really good service. But anyway, Namikaze, and it's well worth it, I think.
Okay. Boy. I just can't place it at all. I know that I've seen the name of the street, Perrin, and I can't place Champlain for some reason.
Well, it's one of those streets that kind of curves around, and it goes into Friant Road, right by the Catholic Church. There is the Champlain, where it meets Friant Road. But it comes in and it curves around a bit, and it ends up towing into Shepherd.
Oh, okay. Then I know where it is. Very good. All right. Well, look, I'm done here. I think we've closed. I've done about as much as we can do damage-wise. So, good night to everybody. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll be here. We're not going anywhere so far. Judy said good evening to everybody. She just walked in and she's waiting for me to get out of here. So let's call it for tonight. Rob, over to you, and then over to Aaron. See if there's any other comments from anybody, and then we'll be gone.
WB6. Okay, Mike. I got 21. What's your count? Over.
Coming up. JMP's there.
Yeah, I got 22 now. 23 actually, but I might have missed a line. WB6JMP. Boy, you're pushing it. You're pushing it, Dane. Right to the limit every day. You must have got a call from Dan, over.
No, it's only been twice in a row now. Usually I make it earlier, but I was having dinner and all that sort of stuff. So, but I'm here.
Well, we're certainly glad you are. Good evening, Dane, WE60IB.
Good evening, all. Anyway, we'll let you close it up, and life is still good in Corscold. WB6JMP.
Okay, very good evening. And boy, the radar is just really humming here. I'm sure Ken's hearing it too. We're trying to figure out which direction it's coming from. Everybody's on high alert, I think, because of this Middle East thing. All right, Dane 7-3, take care. We'll see you Sunday night. And everybody else, Ken, thanks for popping in. Thanks for the information on. I know where that is now. I just couldn't place Champlain, but I know the area you're in up there. Okay, Rob, anything from you? You're awful quiet there.
Yep, no, just listening as usual. I've got 22, so that sounds good. I'll turn it over to Aaron, KM6SR, standing by.
Yep, the radar's being fun tonight, and of course I have no idea which direction it's coming from because I'm hearing in all directions. But hopefully we don't wake up in the morning and World War III has started. K6USY DMO6.
Yeah, I hope not. Frank, anything from you?
Not too much. I got myself in a little quandary. I forgot my scraper was sitting in your yard, and I got all ready to load it up this evening, and no scraper here, just a backhoe. So I'm going to be rolling through there very early in the morning, and I'm not even going to bug you. I'm just going to go down, get that thing on the trailer, and get over to Roberts. And but while I'm there, I've got the tool you need for working on your tire there, and I will lay it on the seat of the mower if you like.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much. If you don't want to lay it on the seat of the mower, the deck of the tailgate of the side by side is also down. I was doing some work there. You could lay it on that. Either way, we'll find it. And I thank you for getting that for me, and thanking you by accident for the early delivery, Frank, over.
Yeah. I'll just tell you a little bit more of a story, okay? Real quick here. As you know, Jen stopped by your place today, so she texted me, would she like me to go to the bank? And I told her, if you feel like it, it would be helpful. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go sometime tomorrow. So, okay, I'll go. So she goes up, and of course, by the time she gets to Oakhurst, it's too late for the bank to be open, but that's okay. We always just do the ATM right there. The ATM's out of order. So instead of cooking or anything, just pick something up for us and come home. So she wanted pizza. So she goes over to the pizza parlor. And cash only, their ATM machines are broken. I mean, it was just my poor wife. And so anyways, I'm going to end up having to go in the bank after Roberts tomorrow anyways. And so, and the one other thing that happened is I got the parts for the tractor. I got the tractor fixed, but they happen to be out of that little tool right now. They've got some ordered. And so this one is actually, it's not in a package or anything. It's just mine out of my toolbox. Anyways, it was just kind of just a little fiasco after fiasco all day long. So, yeah, I'm going to pick that scraper up and just throw it on the trailer and head down there. And I'll catch up to you. I may not even make it back to your house tomorrow. I probably won't. But anyways, you'll have your tool there, Mikey. K6MYCW6BBS.
Suggest put it on something that doesn't move in case he forgets it's there. Over.
No, he won't.
Judy says go home and hug your wife.
Huh?
Judy says go home and hug your wife.
Yeah, he's home. I think Frank's at home. Frank, with that kind of a lucky string, don't get anywhere near us. Judy and I are going to be on the far end of the property, and you get your scraper and get the hell out of here.
Hi, Captain. And if you could hear me, Judy, good night. I heard you there in the background. Okay, very good. No, and those of you worried about it being on the seat, the mower is not drivable. It's not going anywhere right now because his tire's about off the rim. And so, I'm not worried about that. And that's one reason to put it there is it won't be moving, and he knows exactly where to find it. So anyways, good night, Mike. W6BBS K6MYC.
Okay. certainly fine, Frank. Thanks for the extra effort. Sorry you had to come by and get the scraper, but that's a small price to pay. Thanks much. Take care. Good night to you, Ken. Good night to you, Aaron. Good night, Rob. Good night, Frank, and whoever else may be listening out there in Radio Land. K6MYC clear. I'll leave things running, but I'm clear.
Hey, Frank.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know you were in here. Good evening to you there. Hey, I've got an envelope with a whole bunch of green stuff in it. Just waiting for you.
Oh, I see. Well, that gives me kind of an idea. I imagine that's from Bill.
Oh yeah, it's from Bill, and I promise you I can get it to you. Doggone it! So you're going to get it.
Well, hey, I really want to get my 6-meter amp back online. You want to put that towards getting the device for the 6-meter amp?
Oh, you don't pay me for no 6-meter amp. I want to fix it for you. Yeah, I don't charge for that. So no, you got to have to come and get it sometime. It'll be waiting for you. But the 6-meter amp, I don't have it in my possession, so I can't fix it.
Well, I'll get it down there. I'll, probably just send it in with Matt or something and have it sitting there on the bench for you. But no, I already know that I told you about it. It cracked the porcelain and everything, but it didn't fry anything. There's nothing melted or burned off or anything like that in it. So I think it's just a straight device swap. And I think I did it with a Viswar problem because I didn't know it, but I'd ripped some cables out of the power dividers on my EME array while it was transmitting and turning, and I think that might have been when it happened. But anyways, no, that device has got to be like $250-300. So that money can be used to pay for the device. There's no point in you paying for parts for my amp over.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see what's going to happen there. Okay. Yeah, well, get it down and we'll go from there. I think I've got one device left down there, so we can work that out. There was something else I was going to tell you, but I forgot what it was now. Well, anyway, it's good to talk to you. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were in here.
Yeah, good to talk to you too. And not bugging you to get anything done, but I'm just curious if you've ever looked at that transverter that came in.
I looked at it, and I still look at it about every day. It's on the bench, but I haven't got to it yet. But I will. In fact, maybe I can get some time tonight to sneak in there a little bit of work on it. Yeah, but I see it every day.
Well, I'm just curious. Do you know yet what the input is on it?
Yeah, it's 10 meter.
Okay, it is 10 meter. Okay, that's what I was waiting to find out. So now I start looking around for a 10 meter radio to drive it.
Yeah, okay, I may have one here. In fact, wait a minute now. Let's see. What I think I might have two. I think I do have two.
Okay, well, if you've got a 10 meter radio that will drive it, once again, you've got a pocket full of cash of mine that needs to be spent. So, that would be a working thing. And then since you got them all together, whenever you get to it, there's no rush on any of this, of course, but that would be an answer of how to drive that radio.
Yeah, let's see. The 432 beacon, what is it using? That sounds kind of strange.
Oh, I might have to look into it. It is the 847. Yaesu FT847 is and running about 25 watts, over.
Oh, I'll be darned. It should be a lot cleaner than that. It's got some, well, I'll have to listen. I thought it was the 432. It might have been the 2 meter one. I don't know. Those are the only two you got on right now, right?
Roger. And I haven't listened to them for a while, so when I fire them up in the morning, I will give them a listen and see if I hear anything. And I know I look every day when I turn them on to make sure I didn't bump something, that they're both on frequency. And when they first went up, I listened to them fairly often, but they've just been operating flawlessly, so I haven't concerned myself with it.
Oh, okay, that's another thing, too. One of them is zero beat. You have to tune off to get it.
Now, how would not here at my station? I don't.
Well, hang on. Let me check. I've got them in memory here. I'll be right back.
Hey, Ken, they're not running right now.
Oh, that's right. You shut them off at 7 o'clock or something like that, right?
Yeah, and irregardless, I'm working towards just leaving them up 24 hours a day, but I would still have to shut them down for the nets because, my net antennas here that I'm talking on, and those antennas are only about 40 feet apart and at about the same elevation, so I got to shut the beacons down for nets.
Right, yeah, I understand that. Yep. I'll listen to them tomorrow, and I'll jot down because I'm working from memory. But one of them is, it's right. It's right on 275. It's 0 beat, so you have to tune off to hear it.
Yeah, unless if I bumped a button or something, I don't know. I'll do the same thing. I'll check because last time I listened was a week or so ago, and either one of them, I put this 897 or 9700 or 600, whatever this thing is I'm talking on. I put it on CW right on 275, and it's just right there dead on. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was yesterday, and I'm using the 9700, and it's locked to GPS, so it's on frequency. So it maybe it wandered or something like that. I don't know, but I'll listen to it again tomorrow and take notes.
Yeah, speaking of taking notes, I got to take notes for myself because I did it again. I come in tonight. Usually my computer's already turned on, ahead of time. I've been in here and whatnot. And I come in tonight and walked over, turned the computer on as I come through the front door, came over, turned the radio on, and my radio comes up and everybody's way off frequency. And I mean, pretty bad. And I'm like, what in the snot is going on here? And I'm starting to check cables and looking, and I don't have power to my GPS. And then all of a sudden the light starts flickering, and I realize what an idiot. I'm all in a panic trying to figure out what's going on with the radio. The computer wasn't on, and that's what powers it. And so until the computer comes up, I should probably change that. Until the computer comes up, it's got no power, and so this radio is way off frequency without the Bodnar locked in.
Oh, I'll be darned. Yeah, I leave mine on. I got a dedicated power supply, a little wall wart for the thing, and my GPS stays on 24/7, so I just let it go.
Well, you got to keep in mind that I am on a very much, well, you might remember, the energy crisis and all that in the 70s and all that. And, I was a kid at the time, a teenager, and my dad would knock the snot out of you if you left a light on in a room or if you had more than one light on and so on and so forth. And I'm kind of back in that same mode. And I think of my dad, that my dad would love this, going around and turning off everybody's lights. So because I'm totally off grid, even though I have plenty of energy when we have plenty of sun, I'm still very conservative just so that when something goes wrong, I have a little energy reserve here. So I try not to leave any wall warts or anything running. The only device I leave running 24/7 is the internet connection. Over.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, well, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. They don't draw any current at all. My goodness, the little power supply that comes with it, man, it's just microamp. So that's why I leave it on. It doesn't draw any current really. So anyway, it's a matter of whatever you want to do. It like you say, you were raised that way, so I was too. Really, I mean, we the same thing. I lost a lot of snot for leaving lights on.
Yeah, roger that. Okay. And once again, I say it again, Ken. I didn't ask for to get you pushing on working on the beacon or anything, but I've got this 2-meter radio that is 1 watt or 10 watts, and it's been running 10 watts. And if that radio was it was going to take a 2-meter radio to drive it, I was thinking about pairing this with that. I mean, not radio, but that transverter, of pairing it that way. But and it was just to get the information so I could start thinking of the next step of the project. So good night to you and anybody else listening. WA60IB, W6BBS.
Very good, very good. Okay, Frank, real good. Take care. Have a good day tomorrow, and it's going to be an early one, I can tell. Yeah, you got a lot of things to do. So 7-3. Take care. And Aaron, if you're still monitoring, howdy to you, and hope you have a good evening there too. And you too, Rob. You all take care. WA60IB.
Oh yeah, definitely still monitoring because you guys are still going out to the internet.
Oh, okay. We're not supposed to be. Boy, I didn't sign the release.
Well, too bad. So, but I'll bring the stream down here in a couple minutes. But yeah, usually end up with some good conversations at the end of the net, and I just let it go.
That's fun. Thank you. I appreciate all you do. That's a lot of work, a lot of keeping things up. So anyway, take care and have fun at work tomorrow. WA60IB. Oh, this easy. Yeah, it is tomorrow. Work day tomorrow. Oh, but you work from home, don't you? No, that's only Wednesday, I guess.
No, Tuesday, Fridays I'm at home. So yeah, I'll be home tomorrow, and yep, I'm gonna go fix my refrigerator. I'm gonna go do an adult thing. Spend $20 on the part, and I'm just gonna go install it myself. But our ice maker and our water filler thing doesn't work because the solenoid went bad.
Oh yeah, I've been there, done that over the years. You betcha. That's about all that goes wrong on those things. They're pretty well perfected, but that moving part, that's what fails in those things. Okay, adios. WA60IB, Northern Clovis.
All righty. Good night, Ken. And Rob, are you still in there?
Roger, Roger. Good night, Ken. WA6YB, KM6SR. Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay. Yep. Just didn't want to leave you out there. And yep, I'm going to shut the stream down right now. K6USY DMO6. Good night, everybody.